Alright, so we're headed to the strip clubs here, East St. Louis. Two big developments have happened with junkyards in the last couple of years in St. Louis. Last probably 2 to 5 years. One of them is the tools we use. Now we have electric tools, which makes it possible to get parts that we may not have gotten in the past at the junkyard because it's so much easier. It makes it a lot more efficient too, and it saves a lot of time. You know, if you're trying to pull an axle or something at the junkyard with just basic hand tools, it can be pretty frustrating. About a month ago, I pulled the transmission out of a Mazda Miata with my electric tools. It took me about 30 to 40 minutes to pull the transmission out from start to finish. So that's a huge thing. And the second thing that's come to St. Louis, back in the day, if you were an auto tech or a do-it-yourselfer, what do we got here? That's Larry Flint's Hustler Club. But back in the day, if you were a do-it-yourselfer or an auto tech and you wanted to go to the junkyard, over here we have the fabulous, can't really probably see it that well, the fabulous Miss Kitty's. One of my good friends, that's one of his favorite clubs actually. Anyway, back in the, holy shit, that is a pothole. Anyway, we really only had, there's Larry Flint's Hustler Club. We really only had one good choice. There's a couple of good choices back in the day for junkyards. And the main one was Speedway, which is right across from downtown St. Louis. You can actually see the arch if you're in the junkyard. Went there for years and years and years. It's a really good junkyard. It's got probably the biggest selection in St. Louis of any one. But someone's came along in the last couple of years that really revolutionized junkyards for me. And I'll kind of show you why when we get in there. And here's the other little strip club. Scarlett's Cabaret. It was Hollywood at one time. It's kind of funny. We're out here in cornfields in Washington Park, Illinois, not too far from East St. Louis. And then right in the middle of it, you got strip clubs, and then my favorite junkyard. I'll give you a little tip on that too. If you're a young guy or even any guy, and you're visiting strip clubs, which, you know, whatever, to each your own. But if you get yourself a good wife, and, you know, take care of her, you don't have to partake in those kind of shenanigans. Us old guys know that. We get ourselves a good wife when we're young. You know, you kind of raise them the way you want to raise them. This is where a lot of the recycling goes, on the right side here. And then all the cars are on this side. We'll be going in there. Of course, we got to go to the Mopar section, which is in the very back. They always put the stuff that I need in the back. But, yeah, just get yourself a good wife. You don't need, you don't have to deal with all that crap. You can just get yourself a good wife. You don't have to worry about going to strip clubs or anything. So I'm gonna go park and pay to get in. You gotta actually pay to get into this one. It's like $2, which is a little bit annoying. And they do the whole core charge thing, which is very annoying. But there's a major reason why I come here, and I'll show you that when I get in here. This junkyard is hands down the best ran and the best operated and the best set up junkyard anywhere in the area. There's actually another, look, you're not supposed to work on the cars. There's actually another junkyard in St. Louis that I get a lot of engines and transmissions from that they test them before they give them to you. And that's actually on the same little street here. But they have the ground that you walk on at that junkyard. It's called Route 111. They have huge gravel. You can break your ankle just going there. So I'm going to show you a few things. I don't play around when I come to the junkyard. Bring my 1/2-inch impact. Got the 3/8 impact. Electric ratchet. Full-size toolbox. Full-size socket kit. That's how we roll. We don't play around over here. We get in and get out. So sorry if I got someone excited about going to strip club. The only strip that's going to be going on today is stripping down this Jeep when we get in there.